Hello everybody and welcome back to Stealwing 33 Plays Enter the Gungeon. I am Stealwing 33, and today, ladies and gentlemen, playing as the pilot on our eternal quest to fight the Lich at the bottom of Bullet Hell. We're consistently getting to Bullet Hell, which is step number one to, actually beating Bullet Hell. We even made it there as Robot last episode, which if you haven't gone to watch that, highly recommend. I don't know if it's because our luck is changing or if it's because we're just getting better at the game. Probably a combination of the two. But yeah, we did pretty well as Robot last episode. Very proud of my performance. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yep. All right. Off to a rip-roaring start. Still don't really like the pilot starting gun. I still think it might be the worst starting weapon in the game, barring none. Which, is a thing, but whatever. Alright, hanging in there. Hopefully I'm going to try to do some recording with Tony tonight, get some actual Overwatch. Hopefully it doesn't break like horrible. I tried to record with Tony a couple days ago, and OBS kept crashing. I think I overcooked my CPU and my graphics card a little bit, because the graphics card was taking too much of the strain because my CPU is garbage and isn't good at handling things anymore. It needs upgrades, like dramatic upgrades, and I just can't afford to do it right now. The whole cost of the build from what I want to do is like $1,500 because I need to buy a new motherboard because my motherboard right now, the chipset I have in it is the best chipset I could possibly have in it, because it's a little bit on the older side. Not terribly older, right? So like it's a generation back, but it was the best from that generation, and now there's a new generation of there's a new chipset out. So I need to upgrade my motherboard, and I need to upgrade my CPU, which are two of the more expensive parts in a computer. Graphics card, ironically, not actually that expensive. Mine happens to be pretty decent. I've got an NVIDIA 980. I was going to upgrade to 1080, but, the 980 is fine, and it was a lot cheaper. And I'm not doing any hardcore 3D modeling right now. I'm not a 3D modeler for my game and stuff of that nature, so I don't really have a need for a high-powered graphics card beyond what I have right now, which is fine. It's a very, very good card. Although I think I might also try to upgrade the fans in my computer because they don't seem to be doing a very good job. The Mac 10's not great. So the problem I have with the Mac 10 is that it does really good damage. It's fast, right? But it's a burst fire. So when you fire it, it fires 5 bullets. And the problem is that if you don't have an accuracy increaser, it's kind of hard to make sure all those bullets hit somebody. So I end up wasting a ton of ammo, just not being able to aim at my target, essentially. It's really good against bosses, not so great against rooms, just because of all the missing that you do. You know how it is. Yeah, it is, baby. Not even close. Oh, I'm also very curious. How interested are you guys in watching me play through Battlefield 1's storyline? I love Battlefield games, and I really want to play Battlefield 1 really bad, but I also want to play the story. But like, if you guys aren't interested in watching it, I'll probably just do it like on my own, which will be fine. Oh, wow, this thing doesn't do very good damage, does it? It's really getting by in volume. I prefer the machine pistol, actually. The machine pistol's real good. It's basically a worse/better version of the Mac 10. The Mac 10's got this burst fire thing going on, but the machine pistol does the same amount of damage, but I can control how many shots I fire, which I like, which means I can also turn it into a handgun if I felt like it, which you can't do with the Mac 10, which, for better or worse is the way that gun is. We ended up with the portable sentry. Not a bad item, especially since we're playing as the pilot and I can carry 2 items around. The portable sentry, what it does is you drop it and then it autonomously shoots at stuff, causing it does damage. It's not bad, it's a good item. Mac 10 got a little bit of ammo. Making use of the pilot's ability to, its purchasing power, so to speak. Trying to make good use of that. which is nice. So far, we're not actually off to a very good start. The MAC-10's not a very good starting weapon. It's not the worst starting weapon we possibly could have ended up with. There are significantly worse weapons, but it definitely was not my first choice, to say the least. Sentry turret also not super great, but it's not that bad either. Sentry turret at least has the decency to have a pretty quick recharge and do okay damage when you can actually manage to hit somebody with it. Oh, that's gonna be... I was like, that was almost bad. I was pissed about that, I'll tell you that for free. I'll probably wait until Gatling Gold does another leap to do the next turret, probably. Just because I think that that will be best. Just gotta be the bullet. Be the bullet. 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 My buddy Jack just started playing Dark Souls 1, and I don't know if it's his first time playing it or what, but he's having a little bit of a rough time, which is compounded by the fact that he decided to play the Deprived on his first go-through. Which, honestly, if we were going to make an ideal Artorias build, the Deprived's probably the best candidate for that. The Deprived in Dark Souls 1 is the lowest leveled character, right? So he starts out at level 6 with perfectly even stats, 11 across the board. And, so it makes him the ideal for building a run off of, right? So, the Deprived's is actually a really good start. The only thing you gotta deal with is that the Deprived starts out with what might be the worst starting weapon in the game, which is the club. The club's not great. Do not like the club. Oh, I can't believe I fucked that up. Really sucked up a storm there. The Icebreaker's a really good gun sometimes. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I don't like that the ice bullets from the Icebreaker don't do very good damage, but the hard bullet does, right? The problem is that the Icebreaker freezes people. It actually freezes people too quickly to be efficient, right? So you normally if you hit somebody with every part of the shotgun blast from the first shot from your Icebreaker, they'll freeze, and so then you're left with the second shot, and that doesn't go anywhere at that point, right? So you end up in a situation where you have a wasted bullet all the time, which fucking sucks. Yeah, if you're really clever, you can make it work real good, but it takes a little bit of effort to use this gun. It's not bad. It's a hard freezing weapon, and freezing weapons are always good. I like freezing weapons, at least. I'm not gonna sit here and try to be like, freezing weapons are the best weapon. Look at me, Stealwing. But they're pretty decent. Considering most enemies in the game can be frozen, it's totally worth it to try to do so. There we go. All right. It's not bad. It's one of those guns that's always kind of solid. Well, there goes that piece of armor that I had. The nice part's that the hard bullet's good if you don't freeze the target too. So, I don't feel the need to freeze the person before I shoot them, which is nice. The freezing's just like a bonus benefit essentially at that point. There we go. Got a blink. Dodge all of the spiky triangles, and we're good. Lead mains aren't that deadly. When you actually first start encountering them, they're only really deadly when combined with other enemies, which then creates a pretty decent problem at least for me, which is that their attacks are really hard to dodge, so you end up in a situation where you're sort of jammed up against trying to kill them really quickly while having to dodge triangle attacks while having to dodge other bad guys, essentially, which can get a little sticky, a little bit. Where it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, but She's got to eat the poodle. I don't know what the hell that has anything to do with anything, but there you go. Go. Yep. All right. I took a hit there, but that's on me. We got the honeycomb. When we get hit, we'll shoot bees out of ourselves. Not a bad item. Not a bad item. It falls into the category of like the torn photo. The torn photo has the problem. It's one of the starting items for the convict. Her item is when she gets hit, she does extra damage for a little while. Item's really good. The problem with it that I have is that it relies on you getting hurt to use. And that makes it sort of bad by proxy, right? Because you never want to be in a position where you need to get hurt to do anything. It is not a good position to be in. It'll make getting hurt a little less punishing for us, because the targets will normally die. And it'll be really nice on bullet hell. Because we're going to get hurt on bullet hell. There's not really much we can do to not get hurt on bullet hell. So if we can make it less punishing for us to get hurt on bullet hell, that's a supreme item, right? It's not a matter of if we'll get hurt, it's when we'll get hurt on bullet hell, so to speak. Go, got a little bit extra money. We have 102 shells is nothing to sneeze at right now. We have the supply drop, which I'm going to ignore. It's not worth the cost of admission for it. Not to buy it. It's a good item. We're gonna buy that heart though, because we have the money, and I feel like we gotta spend it, right? We also picked up a key, which means we'll have 2 keys for the next floor, which is really helpful. I really like it when we're able to efficiently keep resources pretty stacked up. Because it's really easy for us to burn ourselves out really quickly. But in the situations where we're able to, I like to be able to keep resources on hand. The sniper rifle's really good. It'll be really good for a long time, actually. Let's pull out the MAC-10. We got there. Our sentry turret is ready. Looks like we're fighting the Beholster. Actually, an ideal boss fight for us right now, given the setup of weaponry that we presently have. Which is good. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it, obviously. Our sentry turret appears to have stopped doing what it was doing. So, there's that. It did its job, though. Efficient use of our time and energy. Easy does it. Recenter yourself here. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's better. Good. Hanging in there. We got 2 blanks left, so let's not be afraid to use those. There we go. Alright. The bolster is dead. Long live the pilot. It looks like we got shades, so whenever something explodes now, we will get a short burst of slow-mo. Secondary mastery bullet, also very good. Good. Alright. Sweet. It's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Oh, you can drop items? What? Oh, you can't drop starting items, though. Interesting. I did not know you could do that. Learned something today. Gonna learn today. I want to go search for the secret room. We'll go into the shop and we'll fire a blank off. See if it's in here. It was not. So we'll go back and we're done here. Let's get going. The problem with looking for secret rooms is that, like, there's not like a predictable way to find them, right? So they're normally attached to chest rooms, the shop, or specialty rooms. So anywhere with a statue or anywhere with like an NPC in it. Alright, so those are the first places you check. If they're not attached to any of those, because they can't be, because of the weird rules for the spawning of those things, I have no idea how to fucking find them. It's a little absurd, in my opinion. I wish there was a more consistent way to do it. Like, you can get stuff like the brick and stuff, that, like the brick of cash that helps you find stuff like that, but, you know, relying on a singular item to help you find secret rooms isn't an efficient way to do so, you know? Oh, well, there we go. Bees, lots of bees, lots of bees, lots of bees. There we go. Alright, a little bit of ammo. Let's grab that for the MAC-10. Just because the MAC-10 is our boss killer right now. The sniper rifle's really good, but I'm going to try to use up the rest of the icebreaker before I switch to it. Just because the icebreaker, this is the last time I'm really going to be able to use the icebreaker for right now. Well, correction, this is the last time the icebreaker will be more efficient than the sniper rifle for a little while. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the sniper rifle is actually better to use right now. Buy this key, and we'll leave. The bullet, the lowercase r is garbage. The 2 armor are appealing, but I'm not super interested in it. And then there's the, I don't remember what the other item was. I think it might have been, I think it was health, probably. It's always health. The sniper rifle's really good because it does, like, really decent damage. It one-shots a lot of bulletkin, even down this far, and then it'll two-shot them if it pierces. So what'll happen is you can, if you're willing to be cheeky about it, you can get it so that you can kill 2 targets with, or 3 targets with 2 bullets, essentially, which is good. It's an efficient use of bullets. You know, you normally want to try to pierce and kill as much shit as possible with 1 bullet as possible. So it's nice to be able to, like, consistently do a certain amount of damage to people. There we go. Alright, not so bad. I take a little bit of damage, but honestly, it's not, we're not at a point where I'm concerned about it yet. As long as we can continue to perform well against bosses, I don't, it's fine. Portable turret's actually really good. I don't give it enough credit normally, but I actually do really like portable turret. It's like, it's kind of just like an efficient weapon. Bug boots are all right. I will give the bug boots one thing: they do make us immune to poison while we're wearing them, so bonus points for that. The rolling poison effect isn't super great. There's not really a good way to, like, actively use it to do anything in, like, the whole game, but it's fine. Still worth it. What do we got here? Map Man free item. Not gonna sweat that too much. The only time that this would be bad is if we were speed running. Speed running would be kind of an annoyance to get Map Man. At some point, we'll do a speed run. I'm nervous. The only reason I'm nervous about a speed run is because, like, you could probably beat all the way down to High Dragon in, like, 20 minutes, right? If you just ignore every chest and every item in every floor and just never touch anything, right? But, like, I don't think I'm that good at this game where, like, I can just beat bosses using nothing but my sidearm. And, like, then you got to make an argument versus, like, whether or not it's more efficient to stop and get items versus using just your sidearm, right? Because, like, if you just use your sidearm, you're exchanging time on the floor for time on the boss. Which time on a boss is more likely to kill you than time on a floor, right? So we got that going against us. We'll grab that for the sniper rifle. Alright, we're topped up on ammo, actually, which is not typical for us, actually. 2 shots to kill a lot of these enemies is something I can really get into. Sniper rifle's a really good weapon. It just is. Not really any two shakes about that. But that's okay. We're good. Hanging out down the street. Alright, there we go. Totem pole guy is probably actually a good candidate for the icebreaker. The icebreaker does slightly more damage than the sniper rifle, but the problem is that it only does that slightly more damage on the 3rd bullet. And so since it's a horribly inefficient way to use this gun, is to cycle through 2 shitty bullets to get to the 1 good bullet. That's why the icebreaker is not, in my opinion, is not as good as the sniper rifle, right? Just because, like, it's just so inefficient. There we go. You kidding me right now? Fucking die. There we go. Heckin' die. There we go. Alright. I mean, we're hanging in there. I'm feeling fine. I mean, we're doing really well, but this run's actually, like, it's kind of boring because we're doing, like, really well. We haven't got anything, like, super interesting. I got, like, there's a synergy. I have honeycomb plus beehive. Yeah, boy. So when that little arrow popped up above my head, I don't know if you saw it. If you roll back to, like, 20 minutes right before I picked up the beehive, a little white arrow popped up above my head. That's because the beehive and the honeycomb synergize with one another. I believe that this makes it so that our bees do more damage, or that we shoot more bees when we get hurt. I do not remember which one it is. I don't have any weapons that I'd be willing to get rid of right now, so I'm not even going to worry about the muncher. Hello! Share the map. What do we got? The Void Shotgun. Really, really, really good weapon, especially since we got it for free. There we go. Probably not going to be good against the boss. Probably actually going to use the beehive now, because the beehive is way better than the MAC-10. Oh yeah, no, we get super bees. That's right. Okay, so we got that because we have the honeycomb already. We get super bees, and as long as we're using, apparently the turret is also receiving a benefit from us having super bees, because the bullets were way huger than they normally are. Got our ass kicked a little bit here. We're not gonna get a mastery bullet, which sucks, because I used too many blanks during that first wave of, like, easy to dodge spiral attacks, basically, which is my fault. I put myself in a situation where I needed to use blanks when I just straight up shouldn't have used blanks. Which is, you know, again, my fault, but there we go. Reload, reload. Fire the bees. Bee synergy is really good. It's real strong. I'm feeling real good about it. I'm pretty sure the big bees turn into, like, multiple small bees, and that's, like, their shtick, right? Beehive's gonna be a really good boss killer. I don't know. I think Cannon Balrog and the High Priest are actually the two worst enemies to use the Beehive against, because they have phases where they turn invisible, and the bees don't hurt them during that phase. But even that's not so bad. Yeah, I don't really want anything from that shop, actually. So let's get a mosey on here. So we're gonna be looking for ammo for the Beehive. We'll definitely save that for boss killing in the future here. There we go. Chamber 4, the Hollow. Let's do this. We're almost done. Almost down to the Forge. And then it'll just be on to Chamber 6. And then onto the Lich fight, and then we'll die. And it'll be great. I'm really looking forward to it, to say the least. So I used to think that Vertebrake was great, like one of the best weapons in the game. I now think it's, like, okay. It's like definitely a C. It's one of the few guns that's gotten downgraded from, like, B+ to C. I'm not excited when I see it anymore. It's sort of like, it's, like, good, but, like, it has this problem of, like, it has this efficiency problem where, like, it pierces targets, but it doesn't home in. Like, it, like, tries to home in on the second target, so the pierce is worthless, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, I don't know, the semi-homing is weird and I don't like it, and then it doesn't do very good damage, and why are they chained together? Like, there's, like, a bunch of stuff that it does that, like, I feel like is why it doesn't do good damage, that I feel like is just wasted, like, straight up wasted. So, I don't know. I'm using it because it's not a bad room-clearing gun, but I used to use it as a boss killer, and frankly, that's absurd. If you have some sort of, like, way to increase homing, it could turn into not such a bad gun, because, you know, it doesn't do a terrible job. It's just not great. like it's a C+, right? It's just it's okay, not great. It's whatever. You know, I'm obsessed with efficiency in this game now. As I get better at it, the more obsessed I am with like weapons that are very efficient. That's why I like the Mega Hand is super efficient, right? One shot, one kill, 200 kills per weapon, right? Every time I pick up the Mega Hand, I'm guaranteed to kill 200 things before I run out of ammo, assuming I don't miss, right? But that's human error, and at that point, like, that's my fault that I miss. It's not the gun's fault that I suck. It's the main reason why I like the sniper rifle. Sniper rifle's really good. Like, it's 1 to 2 shots most things, right? Which is super efficient for a weapon that isn't like an S tier, like red chest weapon, right? And it's got not an insignificant amount of ammo. Like, it's a good weapon. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it can be grabbed by Red Mage Man or not, but if it can't be grabbed by Red Mage Man, no, it can. Never mind. I thought it couldn't be grabbed by Red Mage Man, and I was going to be very excited about that. Beehive! The Void Core shotgun, super good. Problem with the Void Core shotgun, low range and slow projectiles. Neither of which are particularly good. They're not things that you like to hear about a weapon. Does a shit ton of damage though. If I aim properly, it does a shit ton of damage. I like it. It's not a bad weapon. There are certainly worse weapons to be used. You know, we could be trying to use the icebreaker to kill people with just ice rounds. We can have the freeze ray. I fucking hate the freeze ray. The freeze ray undeservingly has a spot in the fucking red chests, which is bullshit because it should not be a red chest weapon. It's not good enough. It's a green chest weapon if I've ever seen one. Void Core shot. The Void Core shotgun is not as good as the Void Core assault rifle or the Void Marshal. I like both of those weapons a significantly larger amount more. We do not talk to Sheltan right now. We'll talk to him at the end of the floor if we decide that we need to use Sheltan, which I have not determined whether or not it is going to be appropriate yet. We probably will. The stack of curse for full ammo on every weapon isn't so bad. But, you know, I haven't decided yet if that's actually something we're going to be interested in or not. The only problem I have with the Void Core shotgun from, like, an actual, like, personal use standpoint is that 4 clips, or full bullets in a clip is not super great. Granted, each shot does have the potential to kill something, so we got that going for us. But, I don't know. It's just not very efficient for the number of bullets you get is just it makes it kind of sluggish. Yeah, I get it, sluggish like a shotgun. I will give it this. It has, for a shotgun, it's got kind of incredible range and a really tight grouping on the shotgun shells. Like really, really tight grouping. There we go. Alright. Let's get a move on. Let's get it on. I want to alpha bullet. That's not bad. The first bullet in every clip will now be slightly stronger. If we have a gun that shoots only a singular round, it benefits from alpha bullets. If we pick up omega bullets, not only do the two synergize with each other and make each other stronger, but if we have a gun that has a singular bullet in the clip, it also double benefits from alpha and omega bullets, which is pretty great. I believe our shop is locked. It is, which kind of sucks. That happens if you buy too much shit, I think, from the shops over the course of the run. They start locking themselves up. I'm not sure why, but, you know, there it is. I want the Patriot, so we're going to buy the Patriot. I also would heavily consider buying Big Boy. Did we open up both the chests on this floor? We did. So let's go ahead and try to unlock the shop with the trusty lockpick. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine. Oh, totally worked. We're fine. Never mind. We will I want to buy... I think I want the Patriot more than I want that key right now. One of those devil you do, devil you don't moments for me. I'm trying to decide if I want to use the Beehive. The Beehive doesn't have enough ammo. Let's go with the Face Melter. You know, it'll depend on the boss. What are we fighting? Yeah, the Face Melter will be fine. The reason the Face Melter is fine is because, essentially the High Priest has a problem. The Beehive has a problem when you're fighting the High Priest, which is that the Beehive will sometimes just miss. But the Face Melter doesn't have that problem. Jesus, that did a lot of damage. Really pounding into this guy. I just need to win at this point, so I'm not terribly concerned about keeping my health or not getting hit at this point. I just need to live. Unfortunately, is looking a little less and less likely as time goes on here. Oh, damn it. Alright. I got a little quiet there because I was getting a little concerned about what was going on. Wow, yeah, I died. Shit, that sucks. That's gonna do it for this episode. Yeah, I really threw that one away. I probably should have switched to the Beehive once he got pretty low. The Face Melter's just not good. Like, you know, I really wanted to believe in it, but it wasn't doing its job. Not that it's not the Face Melter's fault. You know what? I fucked that up. That was on me. That's going to do it for this episode, though, so thank you all so much for watching. If you guys like what you saw, let me know. If you guys want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date on when I post more videos. And if you really like what you saw, leave a like. Helps the channel grow, helps me out a great deal, but of course with that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!